Interglobe Aviation. It is back in the spotlight as both domestic and international air traffic show a clear pickup, with load factors holding firm and valuations staying near historical averages. Brokerages are turning incrementally positive, projecting a 9% upside from the current level. I believe Somit is here to tell us more about this. Somit, what are the key details to focus on, particularly when you talk about that Airbus situation?
Well, what we are talking about today here is on the November air traffic data, which we have exclusively culled out from the website of Ministry of Civil Aviation. Now, as per the data that we have culled out or we have collated, what we are seeing is that the air traffic in the month of November has picked up to around 6.6%. The growth is nearly 6.6% on a YY basis. And this is for the second consecutive month where we are seeing a growth coming in, and the growth number in the month of November is higher, in fact double of what we had seen in the previous month, that is October 2025. Now, if you look at for the full quarter, that is for the second quarter of FY23, for the first 2 months, the growth number is around 5%. The total air traffic for the first 2 months, domestic air traffic, stood at close to 297 lakh, as against 283 lakh that we had seen last year, and as against 260 lakh that we had seen in the previous quarter. Obviously, on a Q-on-Q basis, the number will show a bigger jump because Q2 is not a seasonally strong quarter, while Q3 is a seasonally strong quarter. If you could go back to the earlier graphic where we are talking about the domestic number, the daily average number, if you look at the number of daily average passengers, close to 4.9 lakh as against 4.7 lakh that we had seen last year. So clear 5% growth. Now, yes, we are seeing a growth for the second consecutive month, but the growth number is still at just 5%, which is very low compared to what the street has been anticipating for Indigo, given that it's not even in the high single digit, it's just mid single digit growth that you are seeing in the third quarter, which is one of the strongest quarter for an airline company. Now, when it comes to the international air traffic, there if you look at the number has grown by nearly 9% on a YY basis, and yet again this 9% number is something similar growth that we had seen in the second quarter as well. So not much of a higher growth that we are seeing even when it comes to international air traffic. 67.1 lakh passengers flew previous quarter, this quarter 67.3 lakh passengers flew. Now, if you look at the passenger load factor, that is largely flat. The third quarter passenger load factor, Q3 FY26 passenger load factor stands at around, this is Q3 number, which is at around Q3 FY25, which is at around 86.5. This is Q3 FY26, which is at 86%. So largely flat, so which means that whatever growth is coming in is largely on the back of capacity addition and not because of higher utilization. And if you look at the valuations are slightly expensive when compared to its 5-year average. The 5-year average EV to EBITDA stands at 10.7 times, while the 12-month forward 10.3 times, while the analyst target price also suggests just limited upside for the Indigo share prices. At the current market price, the upside potential is just 9% because the 12-month consensus target price stands at close to 6,370. So not much of an upside coming in on the analyst side. And even if you look at the air traffic growth data, it's not that great for the third quarter of FY26. So far, the growth is just 5%, which is mid-single digit. Analysts were expecting this number to be at least on the high single digit or early double digit.